everybody, I'm Bonnie Hunter and coming to you live from my basement studio here at Quiltville. I am here to give you a little demonstration on the ease of use of the Tri-Rex rulers and tools. We'll be using the Tri-Rex tools for our Celtic Solstice Mystery this year, and I thought a little video would help us in preparing these units for the quilt. The ruler comes with two different sizes in it. One of them is the base triangle. This is the triangle that you will cut your background fabric from, and you can use this in strip sizes from 1.5 inches all the way to 6.5 inches. So this is a very versatile tool. This little skinny isosceles triangle is your star point triangle, and it can also be used from with 1.5 inch strips up to 6.5 inch strips. These shapes, when combined, will give you a triangle in a square with two star points on either side. So your star point unit will be square, side to side and top to bottom. The first thing that we want to do is cut some background triangles, and for this mystery you are going to need some in neutral, white and cream, whichever fabrics you want to use. Here I've got a couple fun prints stacked right on top of each other. And we're also going to need some with orange, and I've got a lovely piece of batik right here. We are going to cut, and I think I will cut this way, with a 3.5 inch line on the bottom of our strip set. Now I will cut up to 4 layers thick, but I won't cut more than 4 because I don't want to get distortion. But we're going to put the 3.5 inch line on the bottom of the strip set. Make sure that your strip set is even, and that 3.5 inch line goes right there at the bottom of the strip set. And you'll notice that the blunt tip of the ruler is at the top of the strip set. This is always the top here. And we're going to cut. I'm going to move my body and come sideways and cut this here. Okay. Whoops. I may need a new blade. So here's 2 base triangles, and you can see the blunt tip right here. We are now going to rotate the ruler. We're going to bring this angled side back around against this angled side, like this, and the 3.5 inch line is now going to go at the top of the strip set. Watch to make sure that your ruler is even with your fabric and that the line is even on the top edge of your strip set, and you're going to cut. And we would work our way all the way down our strip as far as we could to get the number of triangles needed for this step. To cut with the orange fabric, it's just the same. We're going to put the 3.5 inch line at the bottom of the strip set, and you can stack up to 4 layers. They can be right sides together or wrong sides out or both facing the same direction, because this is already a mirror image shape. It's the same no matter which way I turn it. Okay, so those are our background triangles. We've got neutral and we've got orange. This is our star point tool, and I want you to pay extra special attention to this little angled spot right here. This is not an oversight. It's not a mistake. This is a placement guide. So we will be coming back after cutting our star points and trimming this little angle. Do not forget this, because that's how we know where to place it on the background triangle. For the star points, I've got various shades of blue. Now you'll notice how they're going to fit against the base triangle is I will need left-hand star points and mirror image right-hand star points. Unless you're sewing with a batik or a solid that can be used on both sides of the fabric, we need to cut these right sides together so that we have some that are left and some that are right. So let's do that. I'm going to take these 2 blue fabrics and I'm going to put them with right sides together, just like this. And we can go through 4 layers, so I'm just going to cut this in half, stack this part up here. So now I have 2 strip sets, both with right sides facing. You see that? Both of them face the same way. And I'm going to turn the strip set upside down because I think it's easier to see the lines of the ruler on the lighter fabric. I'm going to use any of the lines on the ruler at the top of the strip set to give myself a good square corner. I want to remove any selvage, any uneven edges, so that I have a good square corner. And we're going to bring it around like this. we're going to use the 3.5 inch line because this is a 3.5 inch strip set. So the 3.5 inch line is going to go in the bottom corner of the unit right here of the strip set, and you'll notice this is where our little angle is. We're going to come back and be sure to chop off that angle after cutting. So I am going to come and do one cut this way, reach over, and be sure to get that little bit off. It's hardly anything at all. It's barely anything, but you need that off there because that's a placement guide. Now we're going to swing the ruler over and bring this angled side back against the angled side of the strip set. It's going to go just like a wringer washing machine, just like this. We're just going to swing it over. So we're going to put the 3.5 inch line at the top, and the blunt end is going to be at the bottom, and we're aligning that angled side. Now we've got that little bevel right there, that placement guide, and we got to be careful that you don't nick your blade with that. So I want to start up just a little bit, pull back towards myself, and then push forward. And that way I know we're safe. And then I can come back and get that guide right there. And we would continue our way down the strip set. I would bring this back around, cut this way, remove my little excess there for my placement guide, swing it back around, start up, pull back towards yourself and push forward, and you'll be sure that you don't kill your blade on the corner of the ruler. Now when I open up these star point sections, you see how I have a left side and a right side? And they all have little chopped off corners that we have taken off. We will sew these to our base triangles just like this. What we are going to do, when we're going to have a second little video when I get to the machine to show you that, but I can show you right now how this placement guide right here will lay right at the bottom of your base triangle, right like that. And that's how you know that it's placed correctly, because that little corner that you notched off goes right along the bottom edge. You will line that corner up, and you'll line these diagonal edges there, and then your star point triangle will hang off the top just a little bit when you sew. So our next video will be at the machine showing you how these will go together.